So in the previous video, I updated my legendaries. So we have 5 6-star legendaries. I'll put the speed one to the left, Hercules second, oh wait no, you second, you third, you fourth, because the ultimates activate from left to right. Hope you know that. This level 1 awakening means that I already have some extra copies of the legendaries that I use them for awakening. And we'll see if the 1 day of grind was enough. So far it looks promising. Very good. First wave is done. Last time we lost, you know, quite badly. I'm starting to get used to Hercules a bit, but I still see him as basically some sort of a narcissist figure. not my favorite figure at all. The 90s Hercules was so much better. And by the way, target audience for these kinds of games, like any age obviously, above 18, but especially people in their 40s, 50s are also very well, like overrepresented. They not only have money, but they are interested in these types of things. And this is a small mistake from the end of Godforge, that, you know, if you target those people, then maybe you know the Hercules series from the 90s, maybe you know the Xena series from the 90s. Now, Raid made their research because I think there was a Xena or Xena type of event back in the days in Raid. Not a useful champion, but anyway. And with Hercules you can basically model it after them. I mean, there is Loki. You could have modeled him after Tim Hiddleston a bit more. Although it's never official, because if you do it like too similar, then you may get into trouble and you may not want that. But the Raid Loki was a bit like Tim Hiddleston. So, third wave already, and all 4 of the heroes are still standing. This is a good news, even though they started attacking each other. This is really good news. Next time, in 106, we will see if this was a one-off, or this is indeed something that... so we got a lot stronger, let's put it this way. And then, you know what my reward is gonna be after finishing this whole video. We will get beaten sooner or later, I don't know yet when, and then there is another day of grind, because I cannot record videos after every hour. These soulstones will be badly needed. I got a 1-star reward, and oh no, 4.57k. This I gave up on ever basically losing my energy, because we get far too much. You know, that's also a strategic element. That's why I like Ethereal Restart, for example. That I saw this also in the Hell Hades challenge, that he has dedication. So Simon has dedication, let's put it this way. Like real dedication, also in the free-to-play challenge back in the days. And he was like, he burned all his energy, all his other options to get energy with codes, with everything else. And then he was complaining, Plarium Raid, let me play your game. And in the meantime, I needed a couple of more days just to burn my initial energy. And I'm like, how can I compete with this? It's not because of like being smart, because she's also like smarter than me in terms of gameplay with more experience, obviously. It's not just about being smart, but also like being immune to this grinding. That's a skill in itself. If you know how to not complain about grinding, then you have a long-lasting future. At least in these types of games. I don't know this, so I'd rather do everything automatically in the background. As many things as possible. And once again, this is an inspiration, hopefully, that you see, I'm not doing anything right now other than talking. So this, and sometimes observing, so it's worth observing what is going on in here, what buffs, what debuffs, speed up, oh, confuse, Aphrodite will attack the others. But confuse is amazing on Aphrodite, and so tell you why. So you see that I'm not doing anything yet, I'm still progressing, right? So this type of gameplay is really good for those who don't have a lot of time or a lot of brain power and extra research to dedicate on this game, because they will feel progress as well. And as we know, progress equals happiness. It's not the end goal that you really want, because after all it's just pixels. It's the sensation that you keep on getting stronger. And why is it that Aphrodite is very good when she gets confused? Because it's always the basic attack that they use when they get confused and attack each other. And Aphrodite's base attack is kind of weak, because Aphrodite's main skill is not attacking or not damage dealing, but support type of function. Let's see, what are we getting? New legendary hero or something? Or it's just a loading screen? And yeah, it's just a loading screen. Anyway, we got a new weapon, Ascension, new hero. I don't think I will need more 6 stars. If I get a new legendary, then I will. But for now, it's this team, and you see that this team of 5 legendaries, all 6-starred, regardless of which legendaries they are, if you have a good enough mix, like not all of them are support, and you have at least 1 attacker, if not 2, then you can do a really solid progression until I think at least level 120. Ultimate skill got activated for Hercules on the right. And well, I think I managed to leave the computer on for a bit too long, because I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised that I couldn't beat level 105 a day before this. I just couldn't move forward. I was also shocked at this, and now I'm not even feeling it. Well, actually, one of the units did feel it, but not Hercules. So I couldn't even do anything, and now I'm just breezing through. Now, this specific playthrough is not a breezing through, because there are affinities in play. There are some heroes that are better, there are other heroes that are worse. And now it's a kind of an edge case, because I'm seeing that I could essentially just die. Straight up. And Aphrodite is about to die. Oh no, once again. So Aphrodite is not dead, that's interesting in itself. But hey, sometimes you do a day of grinding, you got a lot stronger than before, and you cannot even complete a simple level. This happens from time to time. Very good, so this wave is over. Unfortunately, we have one more wave, but this is when the champions heal, or heroes heal a bit. They didn't heal enough to my liking, but they healed a bit at least. We just need to get rid of one. There you go, we got rid of one. Aphrodite is almost dead. But that's what I said in the chapter before, or wave before. Come on. Yeah, we won this. It wasn't that easy. So you see that the more you grind, obviously the better you're off, but beyond a certain level, and we've reached this level already, progression is not that easy anymore. So what is this level? 107. So 108 is the next one. Still just 4 heroes, and then we can add some more combinations as well. So we can bring in Loki, we can bring in someone else, not a problem. 108, now this is a real cave, so I had this constructive criticism on the cavern back in the days. That how do we get to pyramids when it's not a cave? But this is very much like a cave where the smoking guy in the X-Files died. And then he got resurrected as well, but this is when the original X-Files series ended. It's kind of similar, you know, it's was it the Mojave Desert or some sort of a desert where you had these kinds of caves, and there was an underground secret base as well. Now, I'm about to die, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to continue this for long. Because this is the second wave already where my strength is simply not good enough. I may bring in Loki. And I also know the candidate. The candidate is already dead, by the way. Oh no, ultimate skill, I didn't want this. Oh, what a tank. You see how much he needed. And then this is the third wave, if I'm not mistaken. At least there is no other door or anything. If I had to guess whether I'm gonna survive this or not, it's like close to 50-50. Aphrodite is dead. It's not 50-50 anymore, I think we're gonna do it. But you see, it was not easy, so the main carry is Hercules. Oh. After a while this movement is a bit boring. But what can you do? That's why I don't want to look, you know, at the battles themselves after because it just gets repetitive, overly repetitive. Originally I had plans of going to 120, I don't think it's gonna happen, frankly. It's 108, I'm happy to beat 109. I mean, I could have dedicated a lot more brain power into this. I didn't. Because I was not playing most of the time, it was just my computer playing. This is the interesting part. But for this I don't want to watch what is going on. Here it's interesting to watch. And I can also see whether it's worth manualing. So whether it's the auto or manualing that is missing from the experience, or it's something else that is missing. You never know in advance. There you go, they are confused, they are gonna fight against each other. It's good because meanwhile we can heal as well if we had to. Just don't waste the ultimate skill on confused opponents, that's one of the rules. There you go. So we're gonna get to level 110 it seems. And 106, no, 107, 108 was the big difficulties, the two difficulty spikes. This one is a lot easier than the other ones were. Sometimes affinities just match. 1 star. Also, one other thing. In a future playthrough I will focus on the second star. I just couldn't care less about the second star. Why is that? At least 3 invokers. Okay, and who are invokers? Like, come on. Which are the invokers? Most likely Aphrodite is. But I would need to be able to open this thing, the filters. And then to see, okay, shall I build that other hero or shall I not build that other hero? Or Loki should be an invoker. But for me to get 3 invokers, good question. And also it's difficult enough for me to just go through it. Once I have filters, the game will be able to do the research instead of me. So yeah, it's kind of a convenience thing at the moment. That's why I'm not doing these things. But even the 1-star experience is good enough. And whatever rewards you get, I mean, even with the 1 stars you can climb all the way to the end. It's not easy, but it's possible. So far we're getting these low level opponents, so they're all legendaries and the opponents are, oh, they are all epics, I didn't know. I recognize Percival as the only epic, basically. Now, this is already wave 2, if I'm not mistaken. And come on, the ultimate skills, please use the ultimate skills, because all 5 opponents are alive. I was complaining about the 4 against 5. No, the 4 against 4, now we got 4 against 5. Bad choice. Good. This one was finally okay. And after we heal for the next round, we'll have a good chance of just winning. So, third wave. We've had this boss before. I mean, you know, it's repetitive after a while, because they don't want to expose all the heroes, everyone else. Now, whether we're gonna survive this or not, I don't know. It depends on the boss's skills. It depends on whether it's worth autoing it or it's not worth autoing. Oof. I'm seeing already that it's gonna be just Hercules in the end. With all the shields and everything else, I think we're really far from beating this stage. One thing I can check. Enemy team. 3 green, 1 red, 1 void. Just so that we know. I'm dead, by the way, so we don't even need to wait. And it's not something that I could auto at this stage. With these 3 heroes. I need a nuker that just nukes greens. See, it's not even close. Although Hercules is still standing, I did something correctly with the Hercules build. But it's barely dealing damage. You see, it's alive for quite a while. The opponent revived us, by the way. And this is dangerous because if we get confused for a turn, but after that one turn, we revive. And Hercules got healed. Oh, that's interesting. If I win this, it's really weird. Okay, I'll stop the autoing. Good. I just wanted the ultimate skill. There you go. I already buried myself and there you go, we won. Never thought about this. Okay, that was luck. You know what was the luck? The opponent was stupid, basically. I didn't win it. The computer lost. How? The computer managed to revive all my mates who died. Of course they are confused, but their confusion just couldn't damage my Hercules enough. So then after the one round of confusion, Aphrodite basically got better and she wasn't confused anymore and she started healing Hercules. And this put me back in the game. It was so stupid, they could have just used the basic attack. Anyway, this happens. We got Gilgamesh. And 500 more energy, as if we didn't have enough. Now I have 5000 energy. Until the end of the whole alpha experience, I won't be able to burn this amount of energy. Anyway, floor 110 is in the bag. Let's see floor 111. More legendaries, please. Preferably more copies. And what can I do to advance further? I need to see specific teams that work on specific levels. So just powering through won't work anymore. Sometimes the affinities don't align. So that's one thing that I will need. We got an opponent Hercules, who's quite tough as well. Oh. Okay, wave 1 is complete. We got healed a bit and we're carrying... One thing we can carry forward in between waves is the ultimates. The ultimate skills once the charging is complete. So this gives us some additional strategic element that most likely the AI will be quite bad at. So you will need real brain power to manual these things. One thing that I would love to do is that when you manual and win, you get a time. And from then onwards you could farm the stage with that time, maybe minus 10% penalty or something. I would take that 10% penalty. And then you would not even need to simulate the battles. So second wave is in the bag. With almost full energy for everyone. So this means something good. Now, disasters can always happen. It doesn't mean it will. But these things can always go south. And you see, we're about to die as well. But I think it's still doable. There are some waves that are just meant to be difficult. I mean, these are legendaries. The enemy team. This one and this one. The middle ones are not. And by the way, they are on level 115 already. Our level cap is 60, so it's very much like Raid. In Raid you see level 200, level 300 opponents. It just doesn't scale you, you just cannot know what this means exactly. They are higher level than you'll ever be. The dog died. Hercules is still more than alive. That's amazing. So Aphrodite speed, healing, empowerment, buffing. This is a formidable combination, Aphrodite Hercules. What are we gonna get? Okay, some legendary gear, that will help as well. So we're gonna get better and better gear as well as we advance. Let's go to floor 112. Still no Loki. Maybe Loki is a better choice than one of the mid-links. Let's see. Did they go down in terms of yeah, the pause function? I would recommend the following. When you pause, you should be able to see what is in here, click here and so on, but while paused, and it is not happening right now. Oh, this dragon, that's another legendary, some ultra legendary, almost like mythical. I've never had a copy. Maybe it's time. As you see, this dragon is formidable, it's like a boss, but it's not a boss. And it's just because of the dragon that this whole thing is a lot more difficult, this whole stage. Level 115 dragon. I mean, that's crazy. Let's get rid of this dragon, because if we don't, then nothing good will come out of this. I hope they won't have like 4 dragons or 5 dragons. No, this is easier. I don't know why they put it in wave 2. It should have been a wave 3 for that dragon. So obviously this whole experience can be fought through with just rares or epics. You don't need legendaries for this. The fact that I'm doing it with legendaries, it's like I wanted to pick this route. After all, this is gonna be the route that most people will do. What I'm missing with the legendaries is more copies of legendaries, obviously, and that's why rares can come into play, because with their 5-star awakening and everything else, they are gonna be quite powerful as well. And you have a larger selection of rares, so you can construct the teams against the waves themselves. Now this requires some competence that needs to be acquired, needs to be learned. Both playthroughs are possible, only with rares. You can go all the way to the end. And also with epics. Now I just chose these basic legendaries, and you see they are good enough. I mean, they make progress, but I will have a hard time. So sooner or later I will hit a roadblock. And my strategy's limits are not gonna be level 150, but around 120, 120 something, or maybe even earlier, I don't know. The limits are when, in order for you to get stronger with the same team, you need an extreme amount of extra effort and dedication and grinding. So just to get one extra star of Ascension, that makes you just a bit stronger, you need to grind a day. And then you continue and you die on the exact same caverns floor as before, because that one level of Ascension for that day of grinding didn't make it. At the same time, using the exact same dedication, exact same energy, exact same everything, you could build a rare or an epic team, and that team, within the same day, could just obliterate the opposition. So this is what you will need to do sooner or later, because after a while you just won't be able to advance much. I still have some levers, so it's not only Ascensions or Awakenings, but also other things. For example, one thing where I could still get a lot better is gearing and weapons. Some of the weapons are rare weapons, 3-star rare weapons. They are just not meant to be effective here. So the next thing that I'm gonna grind most likely is gonna be weapons and gear. But the problem is with weapons. Problem with weapons and gear is that unfortunately you need to go through different levels unless you fight the boss level. Now we're fighting each other, but confusion ends once the wave ends. So you don't carry confusion forward. Defense up, protect. It's something we want as well. 2 turns. You see it at the bottom, all the buffs, debuffs, everything else. Now it's our turn. So I'm glad that I could advance after like yesterday's grind a bit. Although some people finished the whole thing in a few days. 150, 151. But you see, this is an okay strategy up to a point. This is not gonna be the winning strategy though in the real competition. Simply because having just one team is not bulletproof enough. Neither is it guaranteed that it's gonna deal the most damage at the end. Okay, we're getting more gear, this is excellent. Next, 114. What are these skinwalkers? Green? What is this wave? It's crazy. Sometimes you have these easy minions. I just didn't see any of them as epic or legendary, that's why I was like looking up what is going on in here. Second wave. Is this some chilly wave? Well, they have one legendary at least, but why do they bring commons? Just makes no sense. I'm interested in building a specific type of character, by the way. High initiative for the ultimate skills that can be cast at any time. And retaliation, which means that you don't need extreme speed. You just build your ultimate skills from time to time to strike, and whenever anyone attacks you, you retaliate. So this way no one wants to attack you. Let's see. Yeah, this is a stronger team, this third wave. It doesn't mean I'm scared or anything. It just means that we need to work a bit harder. Well, with the computer. I mean, it looks like I'm the big genius behind it, but I'm not doing a thing. I'm just commentating. I got my team. That was the work. And you didn't see the work itself. Well, you saw that it takes almost 20 minutes to 6-star a hero from 5 stars. That's something that I recorded. But the work is also about selecting the correct gear pieces. So maybe once I die, and it will happen sooner or later, I will show you the gear pieces. And we'll conclude the video with that. And all this is just... so evidently we shouldn't be here. We should have died in the previous battle. It was just luck. Okay, floor 115. Floors ending with 5 give you ascension materials. I still badly want percentages on levels to see what exactly drops with what percentage. It's hidden right now. I mean, it is legal also in the EU as long as it's a free-to-play game with no pay-to-win option. Once there is pay-to-win, I would argue that if you want to basically do a loot box mechanic, and if you buy energy, it is due to transitivity, it is a loot box in itself. You get energy, and then you get random drops, right? And then the percentages have to be transparent. It's not an option, it's an obligation. I don't understand why they cannot be transparent here, but... yeah. It's not my choice, not my investment after all. I also fight for transparency wherever I can in the mechanics. You need to know what kind of drops there are. What is this team? They are all commons? Oh no, not commons, uncommons. Sometimes you need this type of reward that there are easy... well, these easy waves destroy us as well though. I badly need healing, by the way. Oh, I messed up. I hope Aphrodite will survive. We need to carry her forward to the next level. Okay, we got some healing now. Oh wait, this was the last wave. Okay, didn't know that. That's an interesting stage, even a farmable stage. See, we got all the essential materials, all the top ones as well. Second star could be won, but not now. Floor 116 is next. We get some gear piece if we win. Straight from Japan. This makes me want to play, was that WRC rally? WRC Generations, where you have amazing like Japanese scenery. Not with volcanoes and stuff, that's just a rally game. There you go. First wave is done. No real casualties, no real HP loss. Now we got 4 epics. Are they 125 now? No, just 120. We just got 2 heroes now. Or 0. So, third and final wave. So sometimes you need to get lucky. But, you know, if I didn't get lucky, even then, if I farm a bit or change gear or do something, and I could have beaten that stage. The key to beating that stage was Hercules. So just bear in mind, 110 Hercules. If you have Hercules, amazing. You could have the dragon, you could have others as well. And it's the gear. I will study the gear quite soon. Not sure how soon. Now, what's important is Hercules should not get confused, because that could be a disaster. This was the second wave, isn't it? It's over. Oh, and they got revived. No. So stupid. This revival is the worst, by the way. So I would prefer not using that skill at all. There are use cases when one of the units have high HP. But even then the others need to be killed within one turn, so it's hard. With manualing, it's easy to do revival. This revival and confuse pair. Because you revive them, you let them do the attack, and with an ultimate skill you kill them. Then there is a use case. So enemy team is strange once again. We have one rare that could do something. Although on level 120 they also hit hard. Even if if they don't look that menacing. There you go, revival again. Didn't work out. That would be the play to do to launch an AoE attack, so on the like all 4 opponents. But not right after they got revived. But only once they have dealt their damage. Write it in the comments if you also have 5 legendaries 6-starred. It's essentially 6-star in 4 legendaries, and the 5th one was like a 5-free 5-star spirits that basically the team dropped you as something extra, maybe to simulate purchases, what purchases are like. Because from time to time you get extra stuff. I was also always wondering, because sometimes this kept me intrigued, that there are some raid accounts with like $100,000 invested or something, and I always saw that they have thousands or tens of thousands of energy, and I'm like, I spend every little energy I have every single day, and why don't they do it when they spend money to get these things? And I figured out that maybe they get so much energy bundled with other things that they just don't need it. Same thing here. I have the same problem. Maybe this simulates the pay to win trajectory. Now comes floor 118. Not bad from 105. Maybe I will indeed get to 120. Or maybe we'll fail just before it. By the way, floor 120, you have seen that boss already. In fact, my computer saw that boss quite often yesterday, because I had 16 million gold. And with that you already know that it is nothing else but the Golden Guardian. The next boss is gonna be. Just a lot stronger than on wave 60. I'm not sure if you'll be able to reach that. 2 epics, 2 rares. On this level they are already quite difficult to deal with. This full attack of Hercules is quite good. Damages quite a lot. And we carried the ultimate forward. Not as if it helped. Let's see, what are these units? 2 legendaries, 2 epics, level 120, 5-star ascension. They are better ascended as me, so ascension is something that needs to be grinded as well. But only on stages that drop the highest one as well. Because my legendaries are not doing that well in terms of ascension. If you see my team, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, well I hit a cap. And now the level 5, so 115 and 105, maybe dropping that material the highest level as well. So I could ascend them beyond 3 stars. This looks like a requirement already. I'm just stronger in other areas, so I'm still meeting those minimum checks. Moving to the top. By the way, I know that the team is measuring camera angles. Just bear in mind that you need to A/B test it in a way that you need to roll out the client in a way that you have 1/3 for one camera, 1/3 for the second camera, 1/3 for the third camera as an initial setting. Because people leaving the camera in the initial setting is not true data. It's like data religion, that you want to believe in it, but actually it's not accurate. Those who change the cameras and try them out, that data needs to be measured. Now you can also do it in a way that you only measure camera viewing if people actually change the camera after they change it. But then this is also not good data, because you don't know if they just tried it out randomly or if it's real data, and you don't know either if they would have liked it had they known that there is the camera button. So it's quite hard to measure these things. I think the cleanest one is to set 1/3 of the clients to top camera, 1/3 of the clients to this raid-like camera, and 1/3 to POV. Also, when you speedrun these levels, this confusion revive just prolongs the battle. Oh, an ultimate skill got wasted. That's a difficult team. Fortunately, we have 4 people still alive. This may change in an instant though. And now they targeted my Hercules. And they are still alive, that's bad. I mean, all of them. That's a difficult wave. My Hercules will have to use the ultimate skill quickly before he dies. also healing. Okay, now I don't have to worry anymore. Unless someone chooses to revive the opponents. Oh, this skill. I mean, if there is a hero leaving this team in favor of Loki, you know who it's gonna be. And Confuse doesn't help if there is one player in the battlefield from the opponent. End. Oh, that was a bug, visual bug. 5 medium scrolls, usual 1-star finishing, and floor 120. This was my original goal. Before I knew that 110 was difficult. Now you know it's the Golden Guardian. You can get a ton of gold as if you needed it. One thing in the Cavern experience is that resources are not scarce at all. You have a ton of resources basically. And there was only one day when I ran out of energy. And I could have gone onward, so I could have gotten thousands of energy, by the way, even afterwards. I just chose not to, because it was already night. So this means that you have a lot of energy. You don't need to farm in the most efficient stage possible. You need to farm just enough to pass those stages, maybe a bit more. And it doesn't matter if you're not efficient. Efficiency in caverns matters a lot less than you would think, energy efficiency. Because you get so much, like, extra resources. That's the reason. So it is forgiving in a sense that if you don't know how to build teams well, if you are just learning, putting in the extra resources to grind at the beginning helps you quite a lot. My least favorite skill. Wait a minute. Are we stupid or stupid? Let me exit this. Yeah, it's defeat, but it's not the defeat because you thought. Because in floor 120 I can bring a 5th hero. I would rather bring the 5th hero. I won't finish this with just 4 heroes. Now, I'll give myself the opportunity to see the gear. So this is the weapon, attack 450 plus 45% extra for hell. And then I got speed plus 15% extra. It's like a 3-year like set. Speed is like just a double set. With extra speed, initiative, defense percentage, attack percent, and flat attack doesn't matter, but initiative does. And this gear can be improved big time. So defense and speed. So I did this set because of the speed boots, basically. And this gives me some extra accuracy, which is not bad. This is a great legendary piece with the exception that it's defense. So I'm gonna sell this straight away. And then you have these like extra accuracy that you need quite badly and extra attack. So it's like a one-size-fits-all type of gearing. Now Heimdall has a horrible weapon. Maybe I can enhance it. No, there is no duplicates anymore. Horrible weapon, and you know, I could enhance this straight away because I have 20 million plus gold. So initiative, that's good. Attack percent, this is good too. Flat HP is not that good, but you know, why not? I mean, I have the gold. That was a visual bug. Critical damage 35% plus there is a speed substat, so why not? Then you have HP percentage with accuracy, critical rate, critical damage. This is also a why not. And the 6th one, after the defense bug, extra initiative. So I'm gonna do just this, so that we get a chance. Come on, back to heroes. For the gearing. Also here, I mean, I can do this, not a problem. I can farm gold every day, so this is gonna be quite easy. Here I'm quite satisfied with the weapon. So Hercules. This is the build. I have double Avenger. Heal 15% of damage inflicted when attacking. Grants 25% chance to counterattack. This is what I'm doing. That's why Hercules attacked so many times. And while attacking, he heals. When attacking, that's when he heals. So he counterattacks, but he also heals during counterattacking, if I'm not mistaken. If they built it correctly. HP percent, this gives him extra tankiness. Oh, I'm running out of gold. I need to farm more gold, by the way. Flat HP, I just refuse to continue. I need to be a bit selective now with gear improvement, so Aphrodite is next. By the way, essential material, I think I don't have enough, but yeah, unfortunately I don't have enough. Tough luck. But I do have gear. And this thing, if I can enhance it, but no, I cannot. That's bad. Extra initiative. I'll move it up to 14. I'll move this one up to 14 as well. This is cheaper. I only have 2 million gold. And you see HP percent. Attack percent doesn't matter that much, but I wanted the extra accuracy set. Critical damage doesn't matter, accuracy matters, so she's in a bad gear. This piece and this piece could fall. And I could get another gear. Maybe this is a... This Avenger is an excellent gear. For anyone, basically. So Aphrodite is done, now we have Loki. So enhance. I don't have duplicates. This is not even his weapon. So what I'm considering right now, accuracy, attack percent. This is a great piece, by the way, with the stats, but I cannot duplicate it. Attack HP, horrible one. And it's also attack HP. These are both horrible stats. We could also add some of these, like accuracy, attack percent. I could basically build this all the way to the top. Because accuracy, attack percent is excellent. As long as you have enough materials, then we can see what is going on. Level 40 and 1 rank up, and level 50. Tough luck, this is all I can do. So level 43. Even though there is no match, we can see that with respect to the other skill, we have more accuracy and more attack if we choose Heka. This is good. Gain 9% of current HP as attack. Good. Increases all sources of outgoing healing to 30% or by 30%, even better. So, do we need extra attack and extra accuracy? Or do we need the extra healing 30%? I would go with the extra attack, extra accuracy for now. So equip, I just pressed the wrong button. And I'll spend the remaining gold that I have on this. Even if it's flat HP, it gives me accuracy, speed, whatever else. So this was the gearing. And by the way, don't forget that you can bring a 5th champion to every boss battle. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Because now you see that it was in there, so all the resources, maybe just 3-4 million gold was not in there. So with 5 against 5 it's a lot easier. I think with 110 as well. Did I forget to bring the 5th hero? Because if I forgot it, then it was actually not as hard as it looked. With that 4 against 5. Oh. We're damaging each other. Okay, this happens. Get confused from time to time. For one turn at least. So now the Golden Guardian can fear. Or maybe we can fear, I don't know. Defense up, protect. We'll need this with the Golden Guardian too. Too bad we cannot one-shot the whole wave. Now, Aphrodite and Hercules are coming. So enemy team, that's a strong enemy team. And the fact that we're still alive, with almost max HP, this means something really good. In terms of team strength, not necessarily just team composition, but hey, we have legendaries that have different roles. Just please don't revive the, you know what, the other opponents. This was for nothing because all the buffs are gonna be gone. So that was a bad choice from the computer's end. And now we got the Golden Guardian. Guards the gold. So this is good for farming gold, by the way. Really tanky. Extremely tanky to be exact. And damages a lot. Almost died. One of the units is gonna die quite soon, by the way. The middle one. This is tankiness on steroids. Aphrodite will die and then we will just have 3 more. I'm just checking what kind of check is this. So I think it's a defense plus HP plus healing check. We need to heal more and absorb less damage, so that we stay sustainably high energy. Because this battle may take 10 minutes. But if we survive, and by the way this may mean that we need gear to survive, so we need to re-gear the heroes to survive and heal. And be fast. Because if you're fast, then we heal faster, basically. That's what I'm thinking. The problem is, and this can go either way, most likely it's gonna be... Most likely we're gonna die anyway. So the problem is that as soon as Aphrodite dies, and Hercules dies especially, it's a lost case. One more thing that I'm thinking about is a decreased defense. We don't have decreased defense. So... You see, this is an extremely tanky opponent. Level 125. With some debuffs, that's fine. But you see, we're barely getting any healing. And Hercules is almost dead. Now, I think that it's possible... By the way, there is no description of what these things do. No, we're dead. If we just have one unit, just one unit that is good enough, and doesn't get damage and heals more, then we're fine. Okay, let's summarize what I can do to pass stage 120. With this team, I'm afraid I cannot do much. I will need to bring some others. Who I'm gonna build, I'll still have to research. Ascension is one thing I will need to work on in general, At least I have this. Not a big deal. Because I'm capped at level 3 Ascension. Then I'll need to build some other units to pass level 120. Even with manualing, these 5 legendaries are not good enough for this. So I'll work on Ascension, I'll work on building other units, and then I'll be able to beat level 120. That's gonna be the topic of the next video if I still have time. I don't know if I have time to go past level 120. I need the information, then I need to act on it, and I need to bring those heroes and I need to put them in gear that makes them survive, basically. One thing that I'm hopeful is that if you have any of these legendaries that can be re-geared, then I just have to farm gear, the appropriate gear that makes them survive. We don't need to damage a lot, we just need to be sustainably surviving. We'll see which path I'm gonna take. See you in the next video.